Right, hi everyone. This is another episode of Yap-Xodeau. It's been a while since I've done this, but it's the show where I talk about things that have been on my mind. And today's one's an interesting one, because if you saw my community tab, I think I got dislike bombed. Yeah. So I was just scrolling around on my YouTube studio, and I saw that suddenly my like to dislike ratio when I was looking on it had gone from like 85% to 74%. And I was like, oh no, what have I done? What have I said something stupid? Has one of my videos got like 17 dislikes all of a sudden? Then I looked on my YouTube studio on my computer and realised a bunch of my Keep Talking No Explodes videos suddenly had one dislike. A bunch of them had one dislike. Like, seemingly complete arbitrary ones. I thought it might have been the most viewed ones, but some of them don't have dislikes on them. And it doesn't seem like someone just having an issue with my videos. It seems like someone deliberately doing it, aka dislike popping it. And I can say it hurt. It hurt a lot. Because I was like, I've already taken a step back and gone, I'm doing university right now. So maybe popping up on YouTube, which I doubt is going to happen anytime soon, probably isn't the best thing to do this year. Because that would just give me too much stress that I don't need. But equally, if it happens, I'll try my best to figure something out. That is like a 0.4% chance at this point. But you never know. It's impossible. It's not likely, but it's never zero. But the reason it got me annoyed is because if you are watching this video when I first released it, if I ever get like big on it and you're coming back to this video, I'm making this video when I had 97 subscribers. I got dislike bombed with under 100 subscribers. That's insane. But, like, I just don't get what the reasoning behind it was. Was it something I said in one of the servers that someone wanted to get revenge for some reason? I don't know. But, of course, I'm not going to let it ruin my day. I am still mildly ticked off by it, of course. It's not every day that you have someone make all your work look terrible. I'm going to move forward just ignoring that. But, God, it was annoying. Because, like, it's not much I can do about it. I don't know who it was. So I can't even, like, I wouldn't even name and shame them even if I did know who it was, but just for peace of mind knowing who it was so I can discuss it with them and ask, why did you do it? But I guess stuff happens. Stuff happens sometimes. And there's not really much I can do about that. I'm going to move on from this. I'm just going to continue making content when I want to. I'll probably still be making the series of doing the modules. I'll probably make a few tutorials here and there again. If I ever feel like it again. And I hope that I can come up with some sort of cool content at some point. But this is sort of going into a different topic. It's one I think I've talked about before on this channel. It's just YouTube is not what it used to be. Like, I remember when I was very young, too young to have a YouTube channel. Like, the channel had one video on it of me apologizing to my non-existent subscribers. And it's like, one of the things I thought would have been cool is doing YouTube. Because YouTube started when I was about 4. And when I was old enough to be aware of YouTube, I went, "Oh, this is cool." Because importantly, you would find people who had similar opinions to you, similar vibes to you. And some people just like listening to them talk about shit. Sorry for swearing. But it's like, of course, nowadays we find out that some of these people are absolute idiots. So I'm not saying it was foolproof, of course. But like, a lot of YouTube nowadays just feels disingenuous. It's all just about we have all this money. Look at the video we can make with all this money. Like, I was never into Mr. Beast content. He's like the pinnacle of that sort of content, and I just never found it interesting because it didn't call out to me. It didn't feel like something people should be watching. It was just him bragging about how much money he had. And the thing is, he has videos of him when he didn't have all this money, where he's like years in the future videos that get randomly uploaded. And that's what YouTube should have been. It should have just been him being himself, not him being a corporate model. And I've said before, I miss the fact that the content that is just heartfelt and to yourself just doesn't get views anymore because of everything becoming algorithmic. Sure, it makes sense. YouTube is a growing platform and like there's not really much. You can't just assume you'll be able to get it right every single time for everyone watching. But it has meant that it just feels like instead of being you and being the person you want to be, to get big on YouTube, you have to play a game. You have to jam yourself into an algorithm, hope that it gets shown to all the right people, and then carry on until you get to a point where you can make the content you want. And that just shouldn't be what it should be. Because this causes a lot of new YouTubers to be burnt out before they get to do something they want to do. Because sometimes it takes them years to get noticed. All lovely people who would be great people to listen to, just don't get noticed because no one cares. Because it's just them sat in their room. Yeah, so I've said this almost every single time. I would love to get better and bigger on YouTube. For one, I could get a slightly better model than this. I still love the models I made, even if they are slightly scuffed to hell. But, of course, I don't really have a good stepping stone. I'm just trying to do this as a normal person. A normal person who's not well off. And it's hard. Because I can't do it for being me anymore. I had to find that big viral moment. I had to find that big video that gets people watching. And the thing is, I don't know when that video is going to be. So I can't even prepare for it. I could have one random video that I thought was just a stupid video suddenly pop off, and all of a sudden I'm going to have to keep that up. I'm going to keep on going on like that, even if it's not what I want. And it is scary. So, as I mentioned, I did that whole announcement about being a VTuber and hoping to make brilliant content this year, and this year might be my year. I'm not thinking that anymore. I was saying my expectations way too high. So I'm probably going to be just focusing on my studies, because they are sending me through the ringer right now. So uploads might not be as frequent in this sort of format of my characters, but maybe sometime in the future, when I'm in a much more stable place, a much more stable way of doing this, I will be able to be more consistent and, more importantly, do the stuff I want to do. But anyway, going back to the point of this video, I'm just going to say this. To whoever disliked bombed my videos, you might have seen it in the community tab. I'm going to say it once again. I hope you're proud of yourself. Because for someone like me, it's just made my life even harder. Because I'm trying to move away from that sort of content. I'll still make it, of course, but I was trying to move into other content to try and play the algorithm. And being dislike bombed has made my algorithm searching even harder now. Because now it's going to see my channel as a slightly controversial channel when I don't think I've done anything controversial. You might think you're funny for doing it. You might think you're you pull a brilliant prank and you've got a rise out of me. You've gotten a rise out of me, and I'm telling you to grow up. Grow up or explain why you did it. And if this is a case of actually having an issue with the stuff I said in those videos or the stuff I did in those videos, tell me. I'm all ears. Stop taking this out on someone who's just trying to get their start. Sorry for getting a bit angry right now. It's just this year has been sending me through the ringer. Like I said, I know I've already used that phrase, but it's been handing it to me. Because I started with wanting to be a VTuber, then realised I don't have the ability to make a model, so I used a simple model making thing, made some stuff I enjoyed, and then found out that my computer doesn't like having more than one program open at once. So I've had to stick with making these sorts of videos, and then using this and this in my streams, because, well, that's the only really thing I can do. I just wanted to let out my emotions a little bit more about that, because that was not something I wanted to find out today. Anyway, I feel like I've been butchering on for a long time now, so I'll just leave it off on sort of a happier note, sort of more motivational note. I am not one to be talking about YouTube. I know I've got under 100 subscribers, like I said, but as I've seen a lot of YouTubers say, that YouTube has become scary. So at this point, just make the content you want to make. Make the content that you want to. Don't make content for the sake of making it. Make it because you want to make it. That is the video you want to make. If it's a video about you talking about your favourite Pokemon, go ahead. Even if only 4 people watch it, you made 4 people's days possibly. If it's you rating the selections in a meal deal section. I'm sure people will be interested by that. Like, I'm not saying to completely go back to the simple content, but we've got to stop giving money views, basically. Because the whole point of people trying to get big on YouTube is to get the money to make the better videos. But of course, if we're only awarding money for views, we're only awarding views for money, then there's not really any point in getting started. So that's why a lot of people have taken that factor out of it. And I say that's what everyone should do. Just be yourself. No matter if you're making a VTuber model and it's extremely scuffed. No matter if you're playing a game that doesn't have the biggest fan base. No matter if you want to make videos of you sat in front of a camera saying stuff. Or if you want to make videos that are a bit more flashy, but that's not the whole point of the video, then go ahead. Deal with the hand you've been given, but play it the way you want, not how you've been forced to. And on that, I will be saying, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I'll see you later.